Alright, what is up YouTube? Today I am back with another video for you guys. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tommy Herman and I release videos weekly on men's fashion, self-growth and development, reaction videos, and much more. If any of that type of content sounds interesting to you guys, definitely I would love to have you guys join the family. On the road to 600 subscribers. Alright, we're getting very close. I think we actually just passed 570 today. I think we're at 569 or 570. We're right around there. All right, so we're very close to reaching 600 subscribers, guys. So definitely, if you're new to the channel, I would love it if you could subscribe to the channel, like this video. And with that said, let's jump right into today's video. Alright guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 key traits of happy and healthy relationships for you guys, alright? I think I really want to do a video on relationships. I actually haven't done a video like relationship geared since like the heartbreak video back in the summertime, and you know, how to deal with rejection, heartbreak, and those actually performed really well on my channel. So it actually really inspired me to make a video specifically on relationships. If you're looking for long-term and if you're, you want to figure out what it is that you need to stay in a long-term relationship and to actually have a well-oiled machine and actually have a blossom relationship that never dies and it just stays well-oiled and it just stays very fresh and happy. I think these traits are very key and I really hope they help you guys out. So I have the notes, obviously. You guys always ask why I write them on notes, and the reason why I write on notes is because I feel like it helps me keep my thoughts together. I like to always have it like mapped out. All right guys, so number 1, all right, is communication. Okay, I think this is actually one of the most underrated parts of a relationship. Okay, because people think, obviously, there has to be sex, obviously there has to be physical attraction, but people don't realize how important communication can literally make or break a relationship. I feel like when you communicate things to your partner, that's how you guys grow, that's how you guys get deeper, that's how you guys get closer. And without communication, it's like it's like a disconnect, you know what I mean? You guys got to be on the same wavelength, and I feel like that's what communication does, is it keeps people on the same wavelength. I think communication is a two-way street. It can't be a one-way street. It can't be, one person trying to communicate all the time and the other person doesn't give in at all, or the other person is just like disconnected. It's got to go both ways. Number 2, guys, all right, there's lots of affection, okay? The two one another, they show a lot of affection towards each other. Okay, I think that's another big trait of happy relationships, and very healthy is, I think people think when they get in a relationship they kind of just can relax. You know how like people tend to kind of just like ease off, once they get in a relationship, but it's like when they're trying to get you, they're giving their full best effort. Well, I feel like that's how relationships can become dry and they can become stale, is because the people that are in the relationship, they feel as if now they can just kind of relax, you know what I mean, in a sense. Personally, I'm really big on physical affection, so I love it when like the girl can physically show me she's there. I feel like if she's like too distant or she's too like physically distant, I feel like for me it's a turn off, because I feel like you're supposed to be loving me, you're supposed to be in a very loving person. I want that person to feel attached and feel like they're loving me. I don't want to feel like I'm being all affectionate with her and then like she's not being affectionate or giving that affection back. That's just, it's got to be reciprocated. It's like I said, it's got to be 50-50. It really needs to be balanced. I think happy, healthy relationships, I think they show a lot of affection towards each other, and I think it's very genuine. It's not like it's being forced, you know what I mean? It's very genuine. They want to show that affection. They want to go the extra mile to show the person, I love you and I'm here for you, you know what I mean? Number 3 is they know how to forgive and compromise with one another. Okay, I couldn't even read my own handwriting for a second. Do I have bad handwriting, guys? I always wonder, do I have bad handwriting? I don't know. To me, like, people say, oh, you have good handwriting, and I'm just like, it's par, it makes it, it's average. Yeah, so I think forgiveness and learning how to compromise with somebody is so important in relationships, okay? I've been in very toxic relationships where, the fights will go and it's just like people just like knife in the back, you know what I mean? Like not physical, but like mentally, you know what I mean? Like just trying to jab at each other. Who can hurt one another the most? You know what I mean? It's not so much about, oh, I want to hurt this person more because they hurt me. It should never be like that. You know what I mean? And if you're in a healthy, happy relationship, you're gonna be with somebody who wants to compromise, their first thought is, okay, how can I compromise? How can I find a way to forgive? How can we find a way to make this playful and just try to laugh it off, try to work it out with each other, okay? If it's a very serious subject and it's a very serious topic where you guys really disagree, I think it really is super important that you just learn how to compromise. And over time, I feel like all that built up fighting, I feel like if there's no forgiveness, if there's no, you know, physical forgiveness too, you know, I feel like, you know, in the sense of making love, that there's no, you know, if there's just no emotional altogether, I think just forgiveness in general is really important with just in life, but especially with the person that you're supposed to, you know, love, you know what I mean, and you're in a relationship with. Number 4 is independence, okay? You know, both people need to have their own individual lifestyles, individual lives, individual goals, individual, you know, purposes, and just have their independence, their own self-love time where they can just focus on themselves. That's very important. I think, especially at young ages, you know, I definitely am one to talk because I've been there, you know what I mean? High school, I'm definitely one to talk. I've lost myself, you know, I lost myself in high school, you know, when I was with my ex, and, you know, it wasn't that it was either of our faults. We were just young and we didn't really know how important and how much independence was. We spent so much time together that we basically forgot our own identity, because my identity became attached to you and her identity became attached to me. So it was like, when we're not together, it's like, who am I, you know, or what am I supposed to do? Or, you know, and then you're a little too attached. I think being smothered, I think smothering each other in a relationship is part of the reason why a lot of relationships in this young day and age are failing, is because we feel like we have to spend 24/7 with each other, but that's not necessarily the case. You need to be able to have your friends. You need to be able to have your own personal time. You know, for me, I gotta have time to make my videos, or to go work out, or, you know, spend time with my friends, or do my homework. I gotta have time to have some personal time, you know. Now, you don't want to spend so much personal time that you're not giving enough time for her. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying, but I just feel like it's important to have your own personal time, to really just keep yourself in tune and just talk to yourself, you know, make sure you're okay, make sure you feel like you're in a good place, and make sure you feel like you're progressing. You never want to feel like in a relationship like you're, you know, digressing, you know, in a sense, because you're with that person. And then lastly, guys, I left this one for last because I feel like it is really just, it hits the spot. It really ends the video on a good note. And that is, they can be vulnerable around one another, okay? And this one right here is literally what makes or break the relationship, in my personal opinion, okay? If I can't be goofy, if I can't joke, if I can't be weird, you know what I mean? I feel like being a YouTuber, I feel like that's like my craft, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very nerdy about it. I love getting up and making a video, or getting up and writing about, I can't wait to like write in my notebook about this video I want to make, or like video ideas. Like, you know, that could be nerdy to some people, right? But I think it's important that I can show that to somebody else and not feel like I have to be perfect, or, like, that's weird, or they're gonna think this. You should never feel like that. They need to know your weaknesses. You have to be vulnerable enough to tell them your weaknesses. Now, people say, okay, why be vulnerable, Tommy, when they're just gonna hurt me and use it against me? All right, that is a case. But like my dad always says, nothing ventured, nothing gained, okay? If he's watching this video, he's always said that, and it's always stuck with me. No guts, no glory. And then he always says, nothing ventured, nothing gained, all right? That's the two things that he always would tell me in high school when I would tell him, you know, this or that, or should I go for the girl, or should I? Because I would, you know, back and forth sometimes on the seesaw. Should I not? You know, does she love me? She love me not? You know what I mean? Like with the little power flannels. You get the point. Yeah, guys, I just think being vulnerable and just being able to be your true self around somebody, it's such a loving energy. It's such a natural high, you know what I mean? Just being able to really be yourself, you know, and you can really just be you and really just sit there with that person and they feel like they can be the same with you. That's how you really get close, because it's like, okay, you're showing me everything inside of you, the good and the bad, and you're telling me this is what I need to work on, this is my weaknesses, this is what I'm good at, but this is what I really have a hard time with. Basically, this is how you could really hurt me, because this is what is my weakness area. And for the other person to say, I love you enough to take that and help you, instead of saying, I'm gonna take this and use it against you. It's such a loving thing to see. Just talking about it, it gets me passionate. That was 5 key traits of happy and healthy relationships, okay? That'll wrap it up for today's video. I love you guys. Thanks again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And with that said, give a thumbs up on this video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can definitely comment below. I love you guys, man. Road to 600. Let's get it. Love you guys, man. Peace.